Hey guys, Amanda Blockson here, Diamond Beauty Tainer with Tyra Beauty. And lately I have been thinking a lot about just where we're at with Tyra Beauty. And there's been a couple things that I've really had on my mind really, really heavily. And then, those conversations you have with people where you just kind of have affirmations that you totally are in the right place, the right time, or you totally thought that for a reason. And, last week I had a call with Anita Kripata, our general manager for Tyra Beauty, and I totally had an affirmation of something that I've thought a lot of lately, and it just confirmed for me that it's something that I need to share. It's just that sign to show you that you are on the right track, and there's a reason. Everything happens for a reason, I guess. And when I was having this talk with Anita, we were talking about just the startup of Tyra Beauty and how so many people are having to really trust the concept of it, I guess. Some of you have not done direct sales before, and therefore you have no clue what to expect with Tyra Beauty. And some of you have done direct sales before, so really all you know to do is compare to what you know. And that's a hard concept to face because every single company has a startup and every single company has a beginning and, bumps in the road or whatever you want to call them, bruises and infancy, whatever analogy you want to use. Every company has that. And some companies, it's a lot harder than others. And some companies, you never really hear about those stages, and most of you would have gotten in at a time that those were way over. And even for somebody that has had great success in two other companies, there are still things with Tyra Beauty that it's so new and we're in such a beginning that I have never experienced these things before. So it has been new for me as well, and I'm learning things every day and having to roll with the punches just like you guys are. But something that Anita and I discussed on our call was about investing, in the startup of a company and how the investment or that level of trust is something that is required, because if you don't have that investment or you don't have that trust, then you'll be on shaky ground and any little waver will make you fall off. And even more so, we talked about how it's not necessarily the investment of a startup company that gets you on the right path or that will keep you glued. It's the investment of yourself. And this was something that I had literally just had this epiphany a couple weeks ago, and it totally just blew my mind that Anita was saying the same thing to me that I had just thought. And I actually interrupted her and was like, oh my gosh, I just thought this. I just had this conversation with myself a week ago. But she said, you are in the startup of a company. You are in the startup of Tyra Beauty. And while it may seem that you have to invest in the startup of Tyra Beauty and that everyone's expecting you to trust Tyra Banks and to trust the brand and to trust the product and trust our corporate team and trust our comp plan and trust everything, it's really just a matter of you trusting yourself. And that can speak so many volumes if you really not just let it sink in, but if you really believe that. And it's a really empowering feeling to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I don't need to invest in Tyra Beauty, and I don't need to trust Tyra Beauty. I want to. I want to invest because I get it and I catch the vision and I see the bigger picture. But I believe in me. I believe in myself, and I trust in me, and I trust in myself. And Anita honestly said something that I never thought I would hear anybody say as far as being in direct sales. And just, I think sometimes people in direct sales, especially the corporate team, they want you to feel like that their company is the only company that's out there. Like they want you to feel like their company is the only one that's good, And so it was just really striking that she said this, but she said, if a meteor were to strike Tyra Beauty tomorrow, I'm still Anita. I'm still Anita Kripata, and you're still Amanda. And that just gives me chills. It just gets me fired up because she's right. She could not be more right on anything, I don't think. Obviously, a meteor is not going to strike Tyra Beauty, and we all know this. We are definitely in a foolproof system with a CEO that has withstood 22 cycles of a very grueling TV show. I think that is, her track record is proven that she is diligent, consistent, and she is here for the long haul. However, you have to know that on the days that you feel scared or that you feel struggle or that you feel the what ifs, and this would happen in any company, obviously, because I'm sure all of you have had that family member that's like, yeah, but it's just not legit. It's just not real money. Any day of the week that could be taken away. And I know with selling makeup that you've been told, well, one of these days, the economy is going to get so bad that people are just going to stop buying makeup. Most people don't know that women will buy makeup before they pay bills or buy milk or whatever. They will buy makeup. Women have a way of making it happen, even though for some people, $24 for a makeup product is a lot. For us, it isn't, because we are in that makeup industry and we see it and we're selling it. And that's just life, right? That's just the vain society that we live in. And that's just part of it. But on the days that you feel like quitting, and you will, because everybody has those days. Everybody wants to quit at one point or another, right? It's what you do on the day after that day that really matters. Because do you actually quit? Or do you wake up feeling like, I can't believe I thought I was going to quit? Or do you wake up thinking, okay, I know that I said I wanted to quit, but what do I want to do now? What are we going to do to control that feeling? On those days that you want to give up, and you will, like I said, it's normal to feel that way. I want you to look in the mirror and say, I believe in me. I know that sounds like the most cliche thing, and that you probably feel like you're at some like free spirit event, and I totally don't mean it like that. I literally just mean, look at yourself in the mirror and say, everything around me could crumble, but I will make it happen. Like if Tyra Beauty were to fall off the face of the earth, if any job was to fall off the face of the earth, unless it's all of them at once, then we have a really big problem, right? That's not going to happen. But just say to yourself that you know that you are going to be okay, and that you believe in the startup of you, and that you are invested in the startup of you. The startup of Tyra Beauty is just the bonus. The investment of Tyra Beauty is just a really big freaking bonus, right? But you, at the end of the day, you believe in you here. You know you've got it here. And so when I look in the mirror, I'm like, you know what? Every day is a new day, and it does not matter the circumstantial stuff that's around me. I know that I can make it anywhere. Like, I'm Amanda Blockson, and I can do anything that I put my mind to. I know I can make it. A meteor can strike and things can fall to the face of the earth. It doesn't matter, because I will pick up me. I will pick up myself. And I've thought about this since the day that she said that, because I get it. With Tyra Beauty, we have so much growth to do, right? Before we're even fully well-rounded. And I think a lot of people join because of all the good stuff, because of all the dessert, all of the extras, all of the bonus, all of the Tyra Banks. Tyra is a celebrity, and she has a talk show, and she's a model, and she's A status, and this and that creates excitement. And that excitement will only get somebody so far. It'll only get someone to a certain level, right? And then they're like, okay, wait a second. Like, what did I just do? Let me get to the reality. Can I really do this? Are there enough products? Is this something that's worth holding on to? And maybe the excitement that they started with isn't as large as it was. And so holding on might feel like an eternity. And that sucks. It sucks for numerous reasons. Because A, I don't want to see anybody give up. but B, because you guys just have no idea what's coming. I can't even say all of the things that are coming. But holy cow, that same phone call with Anita, I was crying my eyes out because of all the things that we are expecting in 2016. Where we are headed as a company is insane. And so, what I think when I hear, and I know you've all heard lately that, people have given up, they have joined for all the reasons of excitement, and they've joined for the dessert, and the meat is still cooking, if that makes sense. So I don't know about you guys, but I want to wait on the meat. I'm a Southern girl. Like, where's the meat and potatoes, right? Because that is what's going to sustain you in longevity. And I am fully invested in me. I'm fully invested in Tyra Beauty. And I know that there is plenty to hold on to when it comes to what's going to happen. If you think about what we have already as far as our product line and the things that other makeup companies have, like foundation and like a primer and concealer and all those good things, and skincare and lip products, just being really general, if you think of all those general things that most companies have, and you think about the fact that obviously Tyra isn't going to just like leave a bunch of stuff out. If you think of all that, and then you think of, okay, if her eyeshadow is the best eyeshadow I've ever used, and her mascara is the best mascara I've ever used, then I'm pretty sure she's gonna follow suit with all the other stuff, just generally speaking. That's all I'm gonna say, so Nita doesn't snag me by the ear and tell me that I'm in deep trouble. But I wanted to just come to you just in the raw, basically, and say that as long as you are not just here for dessert, and as long as you are invested in yourself, you are A-okay, sister, and you will be all right. And if those two things are side by side with you, then you have a huge, huge wealth coming your way with Tyra Beauty. And I just can't wait to watch that growth happen for you, because we are in a foolproof system. This is not something that just happens for all other companies, and it's not going to happen for us. It's not something that just happens in direct sales, but we're just going to miss that boat. Like, how does that happen? It doesn't happen. And so, yeah, it's going to take time. It's probably taking a little longer than you want it to. But is it taking longer than it normally does? No, it's not. It's actually happening a lot faster than it happens in other companies, or that it has happened in other companies, believe it or not. When I look at a very huge, reputable makeup company that has, 300 and some thousand distributors for their product after 3 years, and I see stats that they did $700,000 in their very first year, 12 months, and my team alone has done over $1 million in 5 months, that gives me perspective of what Tyra Beauty is doing in their first infancy, beginner phase that other companies have not done. And that keeps me going. That keeps me motivated. And just knowing that we have so much to look forward to. If you ever wake up and you feel like there's nothing to look forward to, then we can talk, okay? But until then, and I'm just like, I don't even know what, if I ever woke up and felt like there was something I couldn't look forward to, I would never think that. I would think, oh my gosh, what outlandish thing is Tyra going to come up with next? And that would get me excited all over again, because she is different. She's edgy, she's different, and that makes her. And so even once we have 100 products, and we will very soon, I would still be like, what's next? What's next for me? Because I'm invested in me. And so that's that's the message that I have for you today is to stay true to yourself and stay invested in you because you will be a lot less worried about everything, not just Tyra Beauty. Even that applies to you in every aspect of your life. Your relationship, right? If your relationship crumbled tomorrow, you're still you and you'll be okay, right? If your corporate job ended tomorrow, obviously every single woman has laid down at bed at night at one point in her life and felt like the electric needs paid, the mortgage needs paid, my kids are not, behaving, my marriage sucks, whatever. Everyone has laid there and thought those exact same things, but does it change who you are? No. It doesn't change the fact that you should be invested in you. That's why they say a happy mom, happy wife, happy life, right? Because when you've invested in yourself and you've refreshed yourself first thing in the morning, it makes your kids happier. It makes your spouse happier. It makes your life easier. So I'm going to pledge right now that I'm going to walk through life and through Tyra Beauty and through every aspect saying I'm invested in Amanda. And no matter what happens around me, Amanda's going to be A-okay. And I want you to do the same thing. I want you to do the same thing. And I want to see you in December, January, March, April, May, June, July, August, 8 months, 9 months at our very first Tyra Beauty convention, because that is when you're going to come up to me and you're going to say, you know what? In November, the holidays were amongst us, and I was feeling like I couldn't make it. And I know what that feeling is like because I've been there. I've been there more times than I haven't been there. I've only been in this industry doing okay for a few years now, right? So I've been that mom in November when the holidays are about to hit and the meals are going to cost more and the gifts, oh my goodness, how are you going to buy them all? But when you come up to me in August and you're like, I took it upon myself to say, you know what? Everything around me is going down and it feels like the world is crumbling because I got the holidays. It's stressing me out. It's stressing me with my marriage. It's stressing me with my kids. You're going to come up to me and you're going to say, this holiday season is going to be different because last year I invested in me. And then the winter and the new year roll through and then our spring line comes out. Yeah, I got you. And then all the way through the summer, we are going to be standing there at Tyra Beauty Convention where you're probably, most of you, going to be meeting Tyra for the first time. And you're going to stand there knowing that you're not even there because of Tyra friggin' Banks, which is why most of you right now are probably thinking that you're going to be there. You're going to be there because of you. And that is the most freaking powerful feeling that you will ever feel. I promise you. So anyways, I love you all. I hope you're all having an awesome holiday season. And I can't wait. Like I said, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to hug you. I can't wait to just sit down and chat about this business and all the things that are to come, because the next year of your life is going to be up. And this business is going to change your life, but you have to let it. You have to let it change your life. You have to cling to it and hold on and be here for the long haul. You can't just be here for dessert. You have to be here for the meat and the potatoes. You have to be here for the things that you may not like right now. You have to be here for the things that are going to be hard. A startup is not easy. It's not going to be easy. Nobody said it was going to be easy. If it were easy, everybody would do it, and everybody's not doing it. So, love you guys. Talk to you soon.